What essentially happened was a cleaning accident, and as I pulled my hand back, the fan smashed into my knuckles and chipped off bits of bone in my fingers. Miss Marple calls herself an old pussy. Drinking my wine basically is a bit of a sort of fuck you to the South African government because yeah, please feel free to join me. Obviously you can't have my wine, but you can have your own thing. And they have basically every book ever. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new here, my name is Katie. In case you haven't seen my face before, this is my channel, Girl in Vogue. I have a blog of the same name, which I really need to get back to writing on. So yeah, we'll be doing that soon. And then what else do I need to tell you? Yeah, if you do enjoy this video, please give it a like, a little thumbs up. Yeah, and do subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy my content. I just want to start this video with a big apology to everybody who is subscribed, because I was very consistent in uploading until 3 weeks ago. Unfortunately my dad was diagnosed with COVID, and then I got really very sick for 2 solid weeks, and I had the worst headache. I don't think I had COVID, but I had the worst headache, and I literally just couldn't even get out of bed. So that was one of those things where like I just couldn't move. It was like having a migraine. Oh, I'm concerned about this, I'm not gonna lie. It was just like having a migraine for honestly, I think I had just a migraine for like 2 weeks essentially. So I was very ill, so my sincere apologies. And then I also managed to break 2 fingers because I'm stupid. That's essentially what happened. Is I may as well tell you all so you can have a good laugh at my expense, because honestly it is a funny story. So essentially my mum was busy cleaning the house, giving it like a thorough clean, and she got to my room. I was also helping out a little bit. I was supposed to be doing my room, but I was so sick, so she was like, don't worry, look, let me just come in and do some stuff while you're in bed, and at least just, you know, sort the room out and everything, which was very kind of her. So yeah, and on top of my curtains there's like a curtain rail, and up there it gets very dusty, and so obviously it needs like cleaning, vacuuming, that sort of thing. So we were like, yeah, let's vacuum it. So I said to my mum, oh, you know what, let me, because I'm on the bed, let me just get up and hold the vacuum cleaner so that it can go all the way along, which is a really genius idea. But neither of us noticed that the ceiling fan was still on. So what essentially happened was a cleaning accident, and as I pulled my hand back, the fan smashed into my knuckles and chipped off bits of bone in my fingers, which is gorgeous. So yeah, anyway, that's my stupid story for the day. Should hopefully give you a laugh, if nothing else. So yeah, welcome to the video. Welcome back to the channel, and if you have stuck around, thank you so much for doing so. It does mean the world to me, and my sincere apologies for not being here. I'm starting this video off, it is late in the day. I will be uploading this on Friday, and it is Thursday, because of course it's Thursday, because you know, you and I both know that I have no time management skills, which is easily shown and displayed through my college work. So if any lecturers are watching this, I'm so sorry. I should be better than this, but I'm not. I tried. Anyway, it is what it is. But I have got my glass of wine. It is nearly 6 o'clock. And I've decided to film this now. So yeah, just a little mention on this. This is obviously South African wine, so cheers to you guys. Just do get a little bit of a drink or some snacks or whatever before we get into the video. But I did just want to mention that if you are living overseas, especially somewhere like the UK, please do try to support the South African wine industry. We do have a ban on alcohol at the moment in South Africa, which is causing huge job loss, and basically the ban on alcohol has been longer than 100 days, so there's many people who will be losing their jobs very soon, and the South African wine industry specifically is now totally reliant on exports. So if you can get your hands on some South African wine, please do so, because it will benefit the country through benefiting the independent wineries, just because, yeah, it's something that's close to my heart. I do love a glass of wine, but also I've always loved the Cape winelands, and to be honest, this whole lockdown thing, I've found it to be like very devastating for South Africa, and yeah, it's made me really sad, to be honest. Look at me tearing up, you can tell I'm about to have my period. Yeah, it's just been really sad and really difficult to see the immense amount of job loss, and we have so many stores closing, and yeah, a thieving government. So yeah, if you do want to help at all, and if you are capable of helping and you can get your hands on some South African wine or any South African products, really do please try and do that, because it will benefit the people of South Africa rather than benefiting the government, who I'm not too fond of. So yeah, anyway, that is just my little piece. I don't like to get very political on this channel because, you know, obviously I do want this to be like a safe and happy place for everyone, so I don't want to kind of get into a place where it's like a rhythm of me complaining. I don't want to do that, because I want this to be somewhere where you can come and just kind of chill and relax. But I did want to mention that because it is very close to my heart, it's very important to me, and I just think it will be hugely beneficial. Nobody's paid me to do this, no sponsorship or anything. I'm drinking Spear wine. What I will do is I'll link some wineries down below who do ship worldwide, so that if you are anywhere else in the world and you are a wine drinker, or you know someone who is, you can order directly from the winery as well. So yes, just wanted to mention that. Also, if you're in the UK, Waitrose are doing a deal on South African wine in order to try and help the industry. So obviously I do know Waitrose is a very expensive supermarket and a lot of people don't go there, but if you are in a position to support them, please do. So that's my little political piece for the day. Anyway, so I'm drinking my wine basically as a bit of a sort of fuck you to the South African government, because yeah, alcohol is banned, and it's not for me about the alcohol so much as it is about the industry and freedoms. So yeah, just want to mention that. I will link some videos down below of what is going on in South Africa if you are interested. I am not the correct person to be doing this, but if you are interested in finding out more, I will link some videos of people who are much smarter than me, much cleverer than me, some podcasts if you want to listen to them, some TV shows which are available on YouTube as well, so you can stream them. Yeah, so I will link those down below if you are interested. So anyway, let's get past this and get on to the video. So as you can tell, it is still winter in South Africa, but it's a bit funny at the moment because it's like winter in the evenings and in the mornings, but during the day it's like summer. It's quite warm, although it is getting cold this weekend because I don't know, it's horrible. Anyway, yeah, when you're like, yeah, I could go lie outside in the sun, no you can't, says the weather. Anyway, so I thought I would update you on some Audible books which I have been reading, because this is one of the things that a lot of people commented on my Instagram when I asked what you would like to see me do on the channel. A lot of people commented that they would like to see more book reviews, movie reviews, stuff like that. I don't watch a lot of movies, so that's a bit of a difficult one for me. I do occasionally watch a Netflix movie, but when I choose to watch a movie, I tend to go back to like the old favorites, like, so it tends to be, you see, this is another thing, it tends to be like after a night out, the next day when I'm a little bit like out for the count, I will go and get showered, get dressed, order a pizza or something, get some water, and go and lie on the couch and watch like an old favourite. So it would be like The Devil Wears Prada or Pitch Perfect or something like that, maybe even The Princess Diaries. So yeah, I'm a bit useless on the movie count, but I can definitely do books for you guys. So yeah, I thought I would share some of my kind of book recommendations, the ones I've been reading, what I thought about them, just a vague outline really. So yeah, you may or may not notice I have got a new phone cover. Now I did just want to update you guys on this really quickly because basically if you watched my new iPhone 11 video, you will have seen that I got a recyclable cover from Typo. Now it was the same purple as the iPhone, and I was like, yeah, I'm delighted with this. It's really slimline, but I had some issues with it. So it got marked really quickly and then it started to get damaged. It was also not thick enough to kind of stop the camera from getting damaged, which really started to annoy me, because then I sort of have to splash out the money on having a camera cover as well, which I didn't really want to do because, as we all know, financial positions at the moment are not that great. So yeah, I didn't want to do that. So what I ended up doing was I was trying in vain to look for new phone covers. Anyway, I ended up getting this one from Claire's, of all places, I know. So they've got a few iPhone 11 covers in. They've got this one in a blue, like a turquoise, and they've also got it in a gold, and they had it in a silver as well. And the best thing is, at the moment, I don't know how long it lasts, but at the moment I got 2 for 1. So I got this one and the gold cover for 175 Rand, which is incredible. So if you are on the lookout for iPhone 11 covers, they're really scarce as well, which is bizarre because the iPhone 11 has been around. But yeah, if you don't want to spend the earth on an iPhone 11 cover, 10 out of 10 recommend. It's also very nice because it is thick enough to protect the camera, and it also goes around the side of the phone, so very pleasantly surprised. So yeah, anyway, let's get on with the proper video. So I'm going to be using my phone for this. This is Audible. So I had to do it in that voice. So if you haven't heard of Audible before, it's not sponsored by them or anything. But if you haven't heard of Audible, that's Amazon's audiobook thing. And they have basically every book ever. And it's read to you, which I find really nice because I can listen to them in the car, I can listen to them around the shops. I'm one of those people who I like to have like earphones in while I'm shopping or while I'm doing anything because, I don't know, it just relaxes me. So yeah, I also like to have like a chapter read to me before bed, and I tend to want to like, I don't want to have like, you know, a light on and stuff like that, so it's really nice to have someone read this to you. So this is just an outline of my favourite books. So the most recent one that I read was one by Lynda Plante, very famous, and it's called, if I click on this, I feel like it's going to play.
I'm Cass Sutherland.
And
I'm Cass Sutherland, former
So this is Lynda Plante, Some Things Should Remain Buried. I just thought it was called Buried, but apparently not. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Sorry about my ring light. But yeah, so that is the book. Obviously I have finished it, so I'm on chapter 42, which is actually just the ending bit where they talk to the author and stuff. So this book is 10 hours and 13 minutes long. It's got really good reviews. Not sure whether you'll be able to see that, but it's got really good reviews star wise. If you do want a link to join Audible, I will pop one in the description box below. It's not, I mean, it's expensive, but when you think about how much it would cost to buy a book a month, it's actually very reasonable. So still trying to play this book apparently, but anyway, it's really reasonable, and yeah, I like it. So this is a new thriller series, and it's basically like a body which has been burnt to smithereens is found in a cottage, and then there's this whole twisted tale of this young detective, and his story is interwoven, and it's just told so nicely together. He's this young detective, he's moved to London, and basically his name is Jack, and it basically tells his story, but it threads through with the actual book story, which is so nice and so cool. It's Lynda Plante, so it's beautifully written, it's beautifully told. I loved it. I found it was such a good book to listen to, and yeah, I would definitely highly recommend this. It's one of those books that really, like, it's not scary in the sense that it's edge of your seat, so you can listen to it before bed without the fear of feeling like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight now. So it is really nice in that respect, so I would definitely recommend it. So if you are looking for some kind of sort of thriller kind of book, which is like police based, I would really recommend it. And there's all these there's these women who have been in prison, and you get introduced to all the characters. It's a beautifully told story, great book. And yeah, there's a lot of twists in the plot, which is yeah, really good to listen to. Of course, you can also buy this book in book format, so you can buy it in like real tangible book if you want, so we'll link that below as well. Then the other one that I read next, most recent, is trying again, is Agatha Christie at Bertrams Hotel. So I love a bit of Agatha Christie. Specifically, I love Miss Marple. I'm gonna have a sip of wine. Please feel free to join me. Obviously you can't have my wine, but you can have your own. So I love Miss Marple of Agatha Christie. It's not scary, so I can definitely deal with it. Like, I'm a bit of one of those people I'm not too good on horror movies, to be honest. So yeah, I'm a bit like, you know, iffy on the whole situation. So yeah, I loved Miss Marple when it was on the BBC, and I've watched it pretty religiously, I would say. I was the girl who was watching Miss Marple, Midsummer Murders, all of those, you know, fantastic sort of they're not really police procedurals, that's the thing, it's really interesting, but they're sort of like crime and drama and stuff like that. Agatha Christie, well known, writes beautifully, brilliantly. The one thing I would say about this book, it's again, it's brilliantly written. And let me just see how long this is. Where's the... oh, there we go. So this book is 6 hours and 43 minutes long. It's got 221 reviews, which is 4.5 stars out of 5. That is what... well, that's kind of what the book looks like. Thanks, ring light. Nobody likes you. Anyway, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but that is what the book looks like if you are interested. Basically, again, it's a Miss Marple. She's on holiday in London. It's set at Bertrams Hotel, which is very traditional, and it just becomes one of those things where all the craziness unfolds, all these characters are introduced, and it's just absolutely brilliantly written, and I 10 out of 10 recommend it because it's just a really good book, and it's just one of those things you can just listen to, you can lose yourself in, which I think we all need right now. So there's that. And then Stephen Fry's Mythos. So I think I have spoken about this before. I finally finished it after not months but years, because the thing about Mythos is it puts me straight to sleep. No like shade to Stephen Fry, I love that man so much, but honestly his voice is so relaxing and the way he tells the stories is so good that I fall asleep. And I tend to obviously listen to this at night, so I will listen to like a chapter. I'm gone by the end of the chapter, so I've eventually managed to finish this, which is like, thank goodness, eventually, because it's such a good book, and it does tell all of the Greek myths. It's just obviously beautifully written, beautifully read. Stephen Fry, what else do we expect? So yeah, definitely recommend that. This is, I've just restarted it for you guys, so this is Mythos. I don't know if that's focused on that properly, but let's hope. We'll obviously link all of these below. Really beautifully written book. Yeah, hopefully you can stay awake for it. Then we've got A Pocket Full of Rye, another Agatha Christie novel. Really brilliantly written. Just pause this quickly. What's happening again? So this is A Pocket Full of Rye by Agatha Christie. It's 6 hours and 18 minutes long. Actually, I didn't tell you how long Mythos was. It's 15 hours. So if you are interested. This is A Pocket Full of Rye by Agatha Christie. It's a Miss Marple novel. Another one. really good. Twisted again. Then it's just sort of explores the story of this rich businessman in London who is murdered in his office, and it sort of goes through all the twists and turns of his children, and eventually it's sort of a police procedural in the beginning, and then eventually Miss Marple turns up and it turns properly, like turns the corner into a Miss Marple story. And yeah, really good. So he's the king of a financial empire and he's sipping his tea and suddenly he dies. And so basically the whole situation starts to unfold, the whole case starts to unfold, and it's set between London and then his house in the country. So if that does interest you. The one thing I do want to mention about Agatha Christie novels is they do need to be taken from whence they come, because none of the language has been changed. They are read and written, they are read as they're written, so word for word. They've not been like rehashed at all. So that is one thing I would mention. There's a lot of terms which we today would find derogatory, not in the sense of like racism or anything like that, but sort of in the sense like I'm a feminist. It's like a bit iffy here and there. There are some mentions in some of the books of rape and women asking for it and that kind of thing, so do just be prepared for that, because you do just need to know about it and then just take it from whence it comes, because Agatha Christie was, I don't know even when she was alive, and this was released in 2006. This is the release, so this was quite a long time ago as well. So just something to like make mention of, because obviously the language is quite old and it's told in that style. So yeah, just so you don't get surprised. There's a lot of calling old women. Miss Marple calls herself an old pussy. There's a lot of like language that nowadays we would find problematic, so I just want to mention that so you don't get taken aback and think, why did she recommend this to me when there's all this weirdo language in it? So yeah, just wanting to mention that. And then I think the one I enjoyed the most, and this is going to go ahead and kind of end the video, is this is about to stop playing as well, very rude. Okay.
This is Audible.
There you go. It is Audible. So this one is called The 13 Problems. So The 13 Problems is such a cool book. It's 6 hours and 44 minutes long. It's got amazing reviews again. It's just, I loved this book. So basically it's split into 13 chapters. It's Miss Marple and her nephew and then a few other characters who are quite famous in the world of Miss Marple, who are, so it's her nephew Raymond West, Joyce Lamprier, Dr. Pender, the clergyman, Mr. Petherick, a lawyer, and Sir Henry Clithering, who was Commissioner of Scotland Yard, and they basically sit around a table and discuss all of these weird sort of unsolved crimes, like weird mysteries, and they basically challenge each other to try and solve it. Obviously these crimes, like, they do have an outcome, so yeah, it's basically like crimes that took a long time for people to solve, and yeah, they talk about the things that mystified them the most, and they go through the telling of the whole story, and it's quite cool if you're that kind of person, where you're able to actually listen to it, think through it, and give your take, like, to yourself obviously, and kind of think about what your hot take on the whole thing is. So yeah, I love that one I think the most. I will show you what it looks like. This is the 13 problems. Having some issues focusing, are you? So yeah, this is the 13 problems. It's really good. It becomes like a Tuesday night thing at Miss Marple's house where they all gather and they talk about all these problems. Then it goes like round the circles and one at a time. Yeah, it's just really fascinating. Really loved it. Enjoyed sitting there and kind of listening and solving the crimes as I went, and sometimes I got it right and sometimes I got it wrong, but it was very interesting nonetheless. So yeah, those are my book recommendations for, I guess it's for July, really, but yeah, August, July, August, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, really enjoyed it. So those are the books that I would recommend if you are looking for any. Of course, obviously there's a lot of Agatha Christie there, so if you aren't a fan of Agatha Christie, this will be pretty useless, but I tried. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed this video, again, please give it a big thumbs up. Do subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I promise I will be around properly, and next week's video is going to be a little Zara haul, which I'm pretty excited about. I've got to go pick up the package from Zara in Stanton City, so I will be doing that probably over this long weekend, and then I will be filming it. I'm very excited. So yeah, do let me know down below if you did enjoy this video and if you have any suggestions or anything. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye!